I don't know whether, well, our history is changing, but I don't know whether these things were there before and now they're there now. But I wanted to find out more information about the Tsar of Russia's wife, Alexandria, I think that's her name, because not only was she the Empress of Russia, she was Queen Victoria's granddaughter, and I think that was it, or her daughter, which one was she? I can't remember anyway, but she's very related to Queen Victoria, and she also was Princess of Prussia. So I started looking up because I just wanted to find things out, and then I came across the Tsar. And in a moment, Amy is going to read what it says. And no matter how many times, it always leads back to the same thing. This Roman Egyptian thing. Obviously Amy will read that in a minute, but so here we went past it rather quickly. It was so quick I missed it. It's how you spell Tsar. It says our English word for pre-Soviet Russian emperor. Tsar is a straightforward borrowing from the Russian, but the form of Tsar is strange. It looks rather like a Polish word, and in fact there is a Polish Tsar, but it's pronounced more like Shah, which means charm or spell. So when Amy reads the bit she's going to read, you realise that they're just all one big family. Let's hear what Amy has to say. Yeah, Amy's going to read something, aren't you, Amy? Amy's with me right now. So, Amy, what is it you just read out?
It's talking about Cesar, or the Tsar and Cesar. If Tsar and TSAR and CZAR mean the same thing. And the person answered this question, and they said, yes, it is a contraction of Cesar, TSESAR, the Russian pronunciation of the Latin word Caesar. In Russian, the initial C of Caesar, which in Latin was pronounced as K, is softened to a TS sound in the same way as in English and French it has been softened to an S sound. The German word Kaiser is simply a Germanized spelling of the Latin Caesar, and in fact remains the Latin pronunciation of the initial C. So,
but you're saying it sounds like what, Amy?
It sounds like the Holy Roman Empire to me.
The Egyptian Roman Empire. I know that sounds crazy, but it's Egyptian and Roman at the same time. Yeah. Thank you, Amy.
Oh, you're welcome, Karen.
We all understand this bit about mud flood, don't we, where there are houses in the basement. This one is worth 15 million and this person's showing you around, getting a lot of views. Obviously that flat is for sale and they're showing them to you. But we've all seen those where there is a room down below and the road is higher. What does it mean? Anyway, I've also noticed that churches also are the same. We've got the road at a different level. Well, this next church I'm going to show you shows two ways, but there's also on a slight hill. But if you think people with horses and carts made this, you'd have to be a good architect to build on a hill. But anyway, these are houses, and these are some of the basement flats in London. Obviously going down to them. So everybody wants to know why they're all at different heights. But we get to this church. Do you see that? It's got a staircase just here on the left here, but you go up and onto this ground, and this ground here is a different level to here. And look at this old steeple. This is extremely old. This is not so old, but they didn't show us this part of the church. But this is very old, and it's down there. It's at a different level. So obviously it's obviously closed, And this is where it's raised, and then obviously it's downhill. Obviously they're going to turn their camera around just here. Or do we go that far? But you see, that is in front of the church. Now it's raised, and I see a lot of churches like that. This is another one. This is Marlborough Church, where it's built up. That part of the church we're looking at down below. What does it all mean? Why are some churches built up and obviously some are below, when there's windows below ground? Obviously on the other one, which we're going to play in a minute, you go down slightly, don't you? Down a bit of a hill to the end of the church. He turns around, but they're down there, and the rest of the church is being built up. Anyway, these are the houses in London. Loads of these, and not just London, there's loads in other places as well. And we still don't seem to have any idea why the roads are higher. But not everywhere is like this. Parts of London are not like this, but parts of London are, and other places where you go down to basements. Anyway, let's watch the other part of this church, which has all of it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, what's your thoughts? Leave your comments below.